Oh, well, that's a smart decision.
Can't be that selfish.
I already talked to somebody that just lost their license for driving home. He's like, yeah, I'm taking Uber because now I don't have my license. I said, what happened? DUI.
It's so, I don't want. I'm not want to judge anybody, but it does frustrate me when people do that shit when like they could just.
Well, absolutely. I'm thinking like, well,
You had $15.
I said I'm sorry for losing it, but it's like that's kind of dumb. Why would you do that?
It's stupid, man. There's just no need for it, especially nowadays.
No
it's so
need
easy,
for it.
Man.
So much more expensive with all the court costs and losing a car.
Honestly, that's a big. My thing is more. It's just so selfish, man.
It is.
Like, look, it cost me $11.83.
Yeah,
I'm
see?
gonna tip you $15 because you're a
What?
gentleman. But
That's amazing.
But it's just boom, put it in so I don't forget tomorrow.
Thank you so much. I've actually only got 2 tips today. Maybe I'll get more tomorrow when people wake up.
I did it for a while. I did Lyft. I used to do Lyft for a while.
Yeah?
Uber and all that.
Because I've been taking people from bars and stuff, and I'm thinking, well, they're not thinking about tipping right now. They're thinking about going to sleep.
My first thing is tip first, because
Really?
I'm gonna probably go home.
Yeah.
My goal is to shower. If I don't, I'll just pass out. But no, I'd rather get it out the way so I don't forget.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
No, man,
You're very awesome, dude.
No,
like
like
that.
I said, I'm grateful for that.
And you used to do Lyft, huh?
Yeah, I did it, and it was it's good times, weird times, sometimes whatever. Like I didn't mind it. It was casual. I don't mind driving, talking to people, whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind it either.
Yeah, but I mean, when I did it too, man, I was working 3 jobs at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it just.
Wow, you were hustling.
Oh yeah. Well, I started my own company, and
Oh yeah.
And I've been blessed and in a very fortunate spot financially.
Man, well, I'm so happy for you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, like I'm always saying, like just pass the wealth along, man. People, I appreciate you coming grab.
I always tip, like everywhere I went. Like today, went to the restaurant, tipped the waitress all the time. I always tip good because it's like.
What they used to talk about, lubricate society, man. Just
exactly.
make it smoother for people, man.
Absolutely.
Good people deserve, good treatment. So.
But I noticed people that worked in the service industry, they understand.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, tips are necessary.
Yeah. When I did that, too,
and I never even talk about it. But the reason I bring it up is because you're such an awesome guy. Like,
thank you, man.
And you just like immediately thought about tipping. Right now, we're actually being screwed over. That's why I got surprised as you working for Lyft. I was gonna ask you for like how long and stuff like that.
Actually, it's been a couple. It's probably been at least a year and a half since I did it. It's been a little bit.
I'm not sure how things were then, but I started doing Lyft actually since July of last year. And in the beginning, it was just great. I'm like, what? Why didn't I think of this before?
Yeah.
2 months down the line, all the bonuses disappear. Everything's gone. I'm like, what?
Oh, really?
And this was like...
No, that's how we ate. That was it. Yeah, I was hitting the hot spot down there. Like, because I stay around here. I just moved to the place you're taking me to now. But pretty much Valentine or whatever. But I didn't make money here. The only money I made out here was airport rides usually. Like I would take the scheduled rides at 4 a.m. or whatever, take people to the airport. But I would go to like Uptown and all that. And the bonuses when they were like peak times, I would make like an extra at least $10 a ride.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was short rides. So yeah, that's where my money made a couple like anywhere from 100 to a couple hundred nights, sometimes even more.
Yeah. I had some great nights, man. Like sometimes I'd make like 300's a given. Like 300.
Yeah.
I would always make 300 in 12 hours, of course.
Oh, so yeah, I
had to put my time in.
My max was like 6 to 8.
6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, because I was a general manager for retail stores for like 17 years. So I did retail for 17 years, and then I did Lyft or Instacart, and then I even Liberetto's restaurant that's not too far from where we were at. I would deliver, serve tables there.
But now you're not gonna believe it. You know what's going on now when you actually look at the offers, and I have a bunch of screenshots I could even show you if you want from Uber, and I've from Lyft. I don't have that many because the way they structure their stuff, it's a little different. Uber now has upfront fares. Now they show you how much you can get paid. Okay. So they've been.
That's good, right?
It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. The good thing is we finally know what they're paying us. The bad thing is now they're just trying to pay you basically around 40 cents a mile.
Is it so Uber, just as a consumer?
Uh-huh.
Uber's shit.
Basically.
So like Uber, I can't like it's it takes me forever to get like every time I look, the average wait is longer, and even when I click it, I still don't get a ride, or they cancel more often.
Well, see, this is actually an attempt from drivers to prove to Uber that they don't want these rides. So they'll take a ride and they cancel, which I don't do that. So I'm thinking once I take something, I commit to it, I go do it.
Yeah.
Unless it's an emergency, right? Or maybe it's a dangerous ride.
No, but I mean, like, I'm not even mad about that. Like, I assume though that they couldn't see the money till they clicked it.
No, they see. Well, some of them, if it's within 4 months, they see it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I show you these rides, like, you're gonna be really amazed. But anyways, you could actually look it up on my channel if you want on your free time. It's called Ride VIP with the Y. I actually started a YouTube channel on this.
Oh, bro,
it's on YouTube.
YouTube all the time, man.
Ride VIP. So I have several YouTube channels, like, with different stuff, automotive stuff. This is not the only thing that I do, but I basically started recording videos and showing to people how much we actually make and stuff like that, because I'm sharing it with the public and other riders. Everybody's.
Is it all one word, Ride VIP?
So Ride, it might be like one word, but Ride with the Y. So you're gonna see like sort of like a yeah. So it's gonna be like sort of like a. I have a business card in my door, and it's exactly the same name.
Oh, I see. All right, I found you already.
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
I got you.
Okay.
So it's awesome. Yeah, man, you should definitely. Yeah, man, sure. Look, like I said, as a consumer, not even that. Like I used to work or whatever, man. Like, yo, we're grateful, man. Like people are grateful for what y'all do, man. Like for real. Like it's a. I'm generally blessed, and I appreciate the fact that like I'm fortunate that I can even be out on a whatever night and out drinking or whatever, and it's a service. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely,
we're grateful for it. Look, it's 3 a.m. I can call somebody, have a ride, whatever. Like I'll happily pay $15 or whatever.
Man, you're awesome, dude.
And
what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
So I've day traded stocks and crypto, like stocks for like the last 6 years, and then I did crypto for the last 3 or 4 years. My goal initially, the reason I was working 3 jobs was I was doing okay, but I just any extra money I could make that wasn't bills, I would put aside. So I worked 3 jobs. So my goal was 2 years salary put aside, and I was making around. Well, my main job, I was making at least $90,000 a year, and then the other job was anywhere from, like, if you total it, was like 90 to 130 a year. So my goal was $250,000 put aside, so I can quit my jobs and do this full time. So I started day trading a couple years ago. I was lucrative, very fortunate. Regardless of what the market's doing, I still make money if it's going down or up. I've gotten skilled enough where I can make money either way.
That's amazing.
And then now I also manage a hedge fund now.
Nice.
At about 35 investors, at about $4.5 million. I make fees off of them and all that.
Nice. Look at that.
We just officially got legit. All that.
What's the name of it?
The fund?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's gonna sound funny, and this is actually registered and legal now. It's a WTF.
WTF. I thought you were gonna say like FTX2 or something.
What the fund is actually the name of it. Actually.
Okay.
Actually, when FTX died, we made a ton of money.
Really?
Yeah, I shorted the market. So like
Dang.
Without getting into too much detail, one of the main strategies why we're so successful was me and my business partner. I 4 of them in total management, but the one who trades with me, I do most of the trading, and then he does. He kind of talks to me about it, but I'm the one who clicks the button. We stay about 95% cash. So we never have more than 5% of our money in a trade. So if things go south, we can always flip our position.
Oh, nice.
And we do leverage and derivative trading. So like there's bonuses to all that. Anyway, but so if the market crashes, we're okay because we're mostly holding dollars. But the reason why we do that is if things go bad, we have more dollars to put back in to save the trade. So if things crash or whatever, and we were wrong about our investment, we have a bunch of money on the side so that we can reinvest and make the money back.
So it's kind of like you would double or nothing type of deal.
Yeah. So, but
because if it's 5%, you could invest another like I don't know, like 10% maybe.
Exactly. Yeah. But we never put more than like 15% in it.
That is really smart because you could definitely go either way with that. You could either start shorting it or maybe double down.
And that's the bonus of crypto is that you can go long, and if I change my mind within seconds, I can just flip my position and short the whole market. And,
I never get the thing about shorting. I did stock market before.
It's the way crypto works. It's as simple as imagine if if you ever look at a chart and it's going up and you're like,
yeah,
I'm making money, it's going up. Just click a button and flip it upside down, and you make money when it goes down. It's the same thing in the opposite direction. So I make an agreement. Let's say I buy a thing and it's at the current price is $100, but you and I have an agreement that when it goes, if it's $80 now, it's $20 per share. I was holding X amount of shares. You have to pay me the price when I open the trade. I get to pay the price it costs now. You have to pay me the difference. So $20.
Is it kind of like option trading?
It's very similar, yes. Option trading is a little more complicated.
But option trading, you could like really lose.
Yes, and it's the same thing in my situation. It's not short trading necessarily, but just crypto in general, because it's derivative trading. So it's not, you don't own the asset, you own a contractual agreement between the exchange and you. And there's usually leverage involved, so it's worth 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 times whatever you guys agree on.
What do you think about Binance? Do you think they're just as bad as, well, not as bad?
Binance is fine. There's been some information about Binance now, but it's a bunch of, and I guarantee you I've seen this for so many years. You're gonna hear a lot of bullshit about them and all that, but like I trust them. They're pretty good. Their audits reports around. I know that company bounced out of it, but you can actually just go straight and then make a slight left. And see
are you going here?
Sign? You see that leasing center sign? You can pretty much park in front of it. I'm just this.
Because I was like wondering, because sometimes people put the building in, but it's not the building.
Actually this one. Just this building to the right is where I'm at. You can stop right here.
Well, Matthew, you're pretty awesome, dude.
No, wait, what's your name? I'm sorry.
My name is Serge.
Serge.
Thank you so much, man.
It was a pleasure, man. It was nice talking to you, man.
Man, nice talking to you, man. Like, best of luck to you, man. I'm glad you made money, because so many people lost money. I didn't. I actually pulled out right at the time when Elon Musk went on SNL. Got a bunch of Dogecoin.
Like, yes, that was a good time.
And I'm like, I told my wife, I'm pulling my $7,000 out of there. She's like, why? I thought you want. I'm like, I got a gut feeling about this.
Yo, you know what's good? So
I left $100.
Anytime shit is too good and everyone's excited and everything looks great,
dude, it went so bad.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I just left 100 because I'm thinking I don't want to feel like I'm missing out.
Get something.
I just took everything because I don't care if I lose the 100.
If everyone's optimistic and things are going great,
that's time to get out. It's like if everybody's talking about invest in this, probably time to sell.
The other thing I want to tell people: if you're sharing how much money you made and you're telling people look how much money I made, take your money.
Exactly.
As soon as you do that, it goes south.
Exactly.
Sorry, it was a pleasure.
Hey, pleasure, man.
Night, man.
If something, you could grab my business card.
Oh, no,
not necessarily for business. But that's my number. I'm a YouTuber. I do other stuff outside this.
Just at the least out of support, man.
I'm actually starting my own business. Well, I started it. I own 33 cars. Trying to build a used car parts business. So I'm trying to build that. That's why I'm hustling here.
I hustle too, man. Make money if there's an investment opportunity.
Because I don't look at just this like this. For me, it's just chill. It's a chill job. I make some money and I reinvest in myself.
I do the same thing, man. If there's an opportunity there, man, like if you're looking for investment or money in it, if it's a viable product, we invest in companies all the time, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, hit me up, man.
Yeah.
What's your Matthew, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You want my number?
Yeah, of course. So that's my actual number. So text me to that number, and I will add you. Just say you're Matthew and your whatever your crypto exchange.
One thing I tell you, man, I like good people.
I'd like to stay in contact with you. I'll tell you this. I was completely broke in 2012. Right now, I own my house for cash. I own a commercial zone property for cash, and 33 cars, and I have a wife and 3 kids.
Look at you, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like this is like the best.
No, you keep pushing.
But I'm telling you that because it's like you did something similar. I'm sure.
Same thing. Look, make good people. Like I didn't do it on my own. There's great people around me. I was fortunate, man, and I'm always willing.
It's hard, man. It's like I do like 90 hours a week, man.
Yo, but we do it together, right? So like, if there's an opportunity there, man, like I'll support. If we can make money together, we can do it.
Of course.
I sent you a text just now, man.
I always try to like collaborate, you know.
Network always, man. There's a bunch of people out there just like us, just trying to make it.
Absolutely. You take care of yourself, man. Have a good one, man. Take care. Bye. Yeah, guys, I hope it doesn't get old when I sometimes bring some of these things up, like how I own this or that. Like, I don't want it to seem like somehow I'm trying to brag. I really hope you don't take it that way, because that is not the point. When I see somebody that's really doing it and they made it, like that guy was driving Lyft, right? It makes me happy that he started his own thing. He's over there doing it. You know, he knew, like, something that I didn't. Obviously, he started his own whatever, maybe like it's a crypto exchange, or everybody calls it differently, but anyways, he started it. He's been successful. It's interesting to collaborate with people that have some kind of success in their life. Having just a regular job, that's not success. You just got a job, that's regular. You should have a job because we have bills, right? But people that hustle, and when I say hustle, it's probably like just like a new norm, new word, you know? It means we just work hard, man. Like we really just work hard, you know? Sometimes it feels like you're swimming upstream, if you could call it that. It's very difficult to get over that hump. Very difficult. Another way of putting it's like rat race. Why do they call it that? It's like rats running in one of those round type of circles that spins around. I don't know what it's called, but they run in circles and circles. They really never get anywhere. And that's basically, it's a way to show that everybody around us, they're constantly basically running to work, trying to get their bills paid, and nothing ever changes. Everything's the same, day to day, year to year, like nothing ever changes. But for somebody like me that's hustling, I'm always trying to create change. And I have my own idea about like how to go about it. And so far my ideas are working for me. Everybody's ideas are different. There's hundreds probably of ways to achieve success, maybe even more. I have my way of doing it. Like the way I'm trying to go about it is like I don't get into debt. I'm constantly tempted to get into debt. That's why I say, oh, I buy this and that for cash, not to try to show off or flex. This is not the idea. It is so much more harder to do everything for cash, because when you start any kind of business, it's so easy to fail. So easy to fail. That's why most businesses will fail within the 5 years that got started. Now, starting with somebody's cash is so much faster, but you could also make mistakes because you'll think you have all this money, and you'll probably like become overly invested or over leveraged or whatever, you know. I try to stay thin, you know, to where lean is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm trying to stay lean. I don't like over invest, and if I am somehow like over leveraged, it's with my own money. The worst that could happen is, okay, I don't have no money to continue. I have to get out there and make some more money. That's the worst that could happen, which sometimes it feels like that's exactly kind of like what I'm doing. But then I look at the whole situation overall, and I'm like thinking, well, actually that's a good idea. That's what I'm doing, because I'm always improving my position. Therefore, when I truly launch my business, it will have greater success versus me launching it now, because it's going to be even slower growth. So I'm trying to right now make money everywhere I can, making money from my used car parts business on eBay, making money from all these other things that I do, and of course driving Lyft, Uber, that kind of thing. But ultimately I have my eyes on the prize. I'm thinking, okay, this is what I got to be doing. And sometimes it's hard to decide, very hard to decide, because I'm a little bit split right now. Well, I'm not split anymore. I was, but I'm a little bit more, beginning to be a little bit more solid on this. I really want to become a real estate agent and a real estate investor. But right now, it's going to be a lot easier for me to become, it's still not easy, become like, for instance, a car dealer, a car mechanic, a used car parts business, you know, that kind of thing. When I say a car dealer, I already passed the dealer certification. I have the commercial zone property for it. I have the cars for it. The only thing I'm missing is, I mean, I do have an office, but the thing is, I want to make a nicer office with a nicer bathroom, and want to have like a nice garage so that I could actually work in with some lifts. And I think that will be already like a pretty good start. But also I need a warehouse, and I already bought myself a Bobcats, like a slash forklift, so I could actually use it for something heavy. I already have that. I've just been basically investing, and I'm just thinking, at this point, this kind of makes sense because I could sort of like work from home. But in order for me to move forward, like I really need the garage. Like that is the most important thing right now. And I could sell some cars and get a garage. I could. But right now, it's the winter. Some of the cars need to get fixed, and I'm thinking like, well, it's the winter, it's the holidays. I hate working outside in the cold. I hate it because I've been doing everything outside. And I'm thinking it's gonna be a lot easier right now to just get out there, do some driving, make some money, and then wait till it's gonna start getting warmer. Start working on cars then, and then start flipping some cars. And then I could start using some of the funds to build a garage and keep growing from there. It's still gonna be hard to really keep going, but it's a lot easier than it was. I used to have nothing. At least I have something now. And now when I taken a dealership course, at the time I only had a couple cars. That's it. That's all I had. And I thought, whoa, I could become a car dealer like already, you know. I took a dealership course, and they said they actually used somebody as an example from the past. They said, oh, we had these couple guys, they became partners. They said they have a $5,000 and they want to start a dealership, and they had a good laugh. And I thought, that's how I was thinking. I'm thinking 5,000 I could become a car dealer, like. And I thought, and when I really look at the whole bigger picture, I'm thinking like, that's just not enough. I literally need to have at least $150,000 invested, and I wanted to get at least 10 cars. And my wife was like, how are you gonna get 10 cars? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get 10 cars. And she said, you're always thinking like these numbers, like big numbers right away. And I'm like, well, I have to see the possibility. And now that I have 33 cars, I don't see that's actually a big deal. Like when I'm looking at it, I'm like thinking, that is not a big deal at all. Like that is just like, I'm just getting started here. I think even at 50 cars, I would be kind of like okay. I would need a lot more in order to really have a real solid business going. And also make sure that I have a warehouse and I have basically all these other things, because there's so much money you got to invest in stuff. That's why it's like, okay, well, you sold some cars. Well, you got some of that money, but you have to reinvest that money back into the business. Then you made some money again, you have to reinvest it into the business. That's why I'm saying it's not going to be that much, because just because you have that many cars doesn't mean you're going to be selling that many cars. You might not sell any your whole first month or second month. You never know. You could always plan for not selling any. I've talked to guys that invested $100,000, like together, like they had cash, $100,000. They rented a dealership. They started selling cars, blah, blah, blah. They said they lost it all. Everything. They thought they were doing good. Now they're truck drivers. So I try to make sure I overprotect myself. But anyways, sorry for the long video. Thank you guys for listening. See you later.